In early August 2023, Justin Trudeau shocked everyone with a surprising announcement on Instagram. He and his wife, Sophie Gregoire Trudeau, were calling it quits. After 18 years of marriage and 3 kids together, the Canadian Prime Minister shared, "After many meaningful and difficult conversations, we have made the decision to separate."
A lot of Canadians will be asking questions of how this happened and why this happened in the coming days and weeks. And I certainly hope that this government is more forthcoming with answers than it has been in the past.
What made the news even more shocking was how out of the blue it seemed. Just days before, Justin had been spotted with his wedding ring firmly in place, and in June, Sophie even penned a sweet Father's Day tribute to him. Talk about mixed signals, right? Some people were caught completely off guard by the announcement, but others weren't so surprised. Despite the signs that their marriage was solid, there had also been whispers for years suggesting things weren't as perfect as they seemed.
We never went into it thinking, oh, this is going to be an easy ride. No.
For instance, on Canada Day, Sophie shared a reflective post urging Canadians to be kind and compassionate. Life is tough, no doubt about it. Everyone has their troubles no matter what your story is, she wrote. While she didn't name Justin directly, it's hard not to wonder if she was hinting at the struggles in her own marriage. And of course, there were those ever-present rumors of extramarital affairs on both sides.
I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about people's conceptions or misconceptions.
Justin's love life has been the subject of gossip for years, with one particularly persistent rumor involving Mélanie Joly, Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister. The two have worked closely together, sparking speculation about their relationship. While Joly has denied anything inappropriate, the rumors just won't die down. Things heated up again in July when Justin reshuffled his cabinet, dismissing several ministers but leaving Joly untouched. Coincidence? Maybe, but people sure have their theories.
Because you actually get a better quality of decision making when you have an equal number of women around the table, when you have a full range of diversity of voices, of backgrounds, of stories.
Justin hasn't been one to shy away from talking about the challenges in his marriage. Back in 2014, during a CBC interview, the host read him a line from his memoir. "Our marriage isn't perfect, and we've had difficult ups and downs. Yet Sophie remains my best friend, my partner, my love. We are honest with each other, even when it hurts." And Justin's reaction to hearing those words? Well, let's just say it's a moment worth revisiting.
It means we've had a marriage that's gone on for 10 years in which I have a very difficult, high-pressure job that everyone knows how challenging it is to balance family responsibilities with a job.
Naturally, the interviewer asked if honest was code for cheating, and Justin shut it down with a firm no.
This is a conversation about the kinds of challenges that any real marriage goes through, tremendous ups and downs. But as I say, we are deeply in love and committed to each other, and we continue to be.
But let's not forget Sophie has faced her share of rumors too. She's always been a bit cryptic when talking about their relationship. When asked about Justin's comments on infidelity, Sophie didn't exactly clear things up. Ask if whatever happened in our lives, I'm not saying it did or didn't, as if we would answer that, she said, leaving people scratching their heads. Then there was the time in 2020 when Sophie tested positive for COVID-19 after attending a charity event in London. Turns out, actor Idris Elba, who was also at the event, announced he'd tested positive too. Cue the rumor mill. Although nothing was confirmed, the internet had a field day speculating about a possible affair. While Sophie and Justin are keeping tight-lipped about the specifics, Sophie recently opened up about the emotional toll of their separation during a podcast appearance with Katie Couric.
It hurts a lot, and it hurts deeply, because in a way, we have these two words in our language. Marriage is success, separation and divorce is failure. But life happens in between.
Well, it's hard not to feel for her. She's navigating a deeply personal heartbreak in front of the whole world. So what's really behind the split? The Trudeaus aren't spilling the details, but political science professor Nelson Wiseman has a theory. He suggested to NPR that their separation in 2023 might have been tied more to politics than personal drama. According to him, Sophie may have given Justin an ultimatum not to run in the next election. But now, with Justin stepping down as the country's prime minister in January 2025, could this decision pave the way for reconciliation? If that's true, it certainly adds a fascinating new twist to the story, doesn't it?
True love is friendship and respect, and I absolutely still have that.
Now, when you think about it, in the world of celebrities and politics, rumors of infidelity often swirl around. Take Donald Trump, for example. His messy love triangle with Ivana Trump and Marla Maples was splashed across the headlines for years. Donald met Ivana, née Ivana Zelnichkova, in 1976.
Lady Trump, I was first. I don't know what is Melania's problem. She just has to get over it.
She ended up in New York City for a modeling gig, and during a dinner with other models, Donald swooped in. He secured the group the best table in the place and joined them. Smooth move, right?
And I turned to my girlfriend and said, I have a good news and bad news. What is the good news? We're going to get a table real fast. What is the bad news? This fellow behind me is going to go and sit with us.
By Christmas, Donald asked her to go on vacation. They went to Aspen and had the most romantic time together. On New Year's Eve, Donald told her, "If you don't marry me, you'll ruin your life." Now that's the Trump we know. And despite having known each other for only a few months, Ivana agreed to marry him.
Donald always had a great head on his shoulder, and I saw the potential in it.
They tied the knot on April 9th, 1977 in New York City, and during their honeymoon in Mexico, Ivana became pregnant with their first child. On December 31, 1977, their son Donald Jr. was born. The couple went on to welcome 2 more children, Ivanka in 1981 and Eric in 1984. A picture-perfect marriage, right? But wait.
He did not know how to speak to them in the children way of thinking. So he was able to speak to them only when they came from university, when eventually was able to speak business with them.
Yeah.
You know, but otherwise he really did not know how to handle the kids.
Donald and Ivana weren't just partners in marriage, but also in business.
And I was chief executive officer, and casino really did very well. It was the most profitable hotel casino in the United States.
However, their seemingly perfect marriage hit the rocks in 1989 when Ivana discovered Donald's affair with model Marla Maples.
Did you see warning signs?
I really didn't. I really didn't.
It all happened during the family's annual holiday trip to Aspen. Ivana ran into Maples outside a restaurant with patrons and the rest of the family watching. Ivana wrote, "This young blonde woman approached me out of the blue and said, 'I'm Marla and I love your husband. Do you?' I said, 'Get lost. I love my husband.' It was unladylike, but I was in shock."
We were actually standing near the restaurant, getting ready to put skis on. And I was standing there like an idiot. And Marla and Ivana were here. And there wasn't shouting, but you could obviously see there was some friction.
Turns out, this affair had been going on for years.
Do you think unless the two had actually come face to face, you would have confronted that situation?
Well, it's interesting because it's possible that, maybe it would still be going on. I'm not sure.
The affair made headlines. And in March 1990, Ivana officially filed for divorce, resigning from the Trump Organization a few months later.
In my case, it was just so clear, and the trust was broken so badly that I knew that it was just no way it could be patched.
Maples and Donald continued to date on and off, and in 1993, she became pregnant with their first child. Their daughter Tiffany was born on October 13, which Maples later called the greatest unplanned surprise of all. Despite Donald previously saying he had no plans to get married again, the couple decided to tie the knot shortly after Tiffany's birth. On December 20, 1993,
We really anticipated getting married and having a baby, not having a baby and getting married.
So why didn't you marry her right away when you found out she was pregnant? Why did you wait?
Indecision.
the pair remained married for 3 years before separating in May 1997. Maples later explained the split, saying that they differed on how they viewed the world and how they wanted to raise their child.
So I think you always hope in a marriage that you can bring out the best in each other. But after many years, we realized we weren't.
However, rumors swirled that the real cause was Maples cheating on Trump with his bodyguard, who was caught with her on a deserted beach. Probably not just having a late-night stroll. However, Maples has always denied the affair, of course, but it's not all bad blood. Despite their rocky past, Donald and Marla managed to mend fences. They even managed to share an Easter celebration in April 2023. Who knew divorce could come with a side of friendly get-togethers?
He's the father of my child. I do not want to ever speak negative about it. But do we agree on everything? Absolutely not. We would be married if we still agreed on everything.
But Ivana, who passed away in 2022, clearly wasn't ready to forgive and forget.
I don't want to talk about her. She's a showgirl, never achieved anything in her life.
In her 2017 memoir, Raising Trump, she didn't hold back, saying, "She actively participated in humiliating me in the media and indirectly put my kids at risk for months. I went through hell, and then I was expected to be okay with her being around my children." Ivana's words reflected the deep hurt and betrayal she felt, a pain that her friends believe she never fully overcame. Well, who could blame Ivana?
He's free at the moment, isn't he? He's single.
Yes, he is. Mm-hmm.
Would you not like to get back together with him?
Nope.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, you would like to get back?
Nope.
So, with all this scandal and drama, who do you think was the true love of Trump's life? Let's discuss in the comments.